Hello everyone, and welcome to the third webinar in our Partnering with Nonius series. To those of you that don't know me, my name is Tony Tizard, Head of Business Development at Nonius, and I'll be your host today. Today's webinar is all about our platform for managing internet access, typically used to build hospitality guest Wi-Fi solutions, but can also be used in many other environments. A bit different to the previous webinars today, though it doesn't look like it. I'm delighted to be in the office in Portugal with my colleagues, particularly our CTO, Leonel Domingues, who is going to run you through our offering. At the end of the session, there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions and have them answered live during the session. More personal questions can be raised at any time after the event if they're not suitable for public discussion. In today's presentation, I'll be giving you an overview of what the platform is, then Leo will talk about architecture and features. I will resume the presentation to talk a bit about the partner program. So you saw the name Gialto on the first page of this presentation. So what is Gialto? It's basically a platform for internet access management. This type of platform is also known in the industry by many other names. Okay, so HSIA, Cloud Wi-Fi, Guest Internet Access Management, Venue Wi-Fi, Captive Portal, Gateway Services, you name it. If you're curious about the name Gialto, the name comes from Guest Internet Access and Alto, meaning high in many other languages. High as in high in the cloud, high speed, high performance, high availability, and it's all about that. It is a cloud-based system with very high performance, high availability, high capacity, high speed. Also a very high level of integrations with other systems that it can give you a competitive advantage and meet your customers' business objectives. It's built in-house by the Nonius team, and it is developed in deployed in more than 1,500 venues. To give you context to what we're trying to achieve and what partners we're looking for, you should know that actually the Nonius Group has reselling partners from the very beginning of the company in 2005, and it counts on such partnerships to reach market segments, geographies, and client profiles that are not in the scope of the company to work with as a direct sales channel. With this and other initiatives, we are looking to partner with companies that can resell and add value to our platform. Our typical partners are companies that excel in providing network-based services to the market, companies that can add a layer of service to our products and build together with us the right solution to a business case. We will train you in our platform, but have to look to have your commitment to have at least 2 people trained from your side. We hope that you'll be able to do the first line and any field support required. That's the type of services you can add on top. You can use our brand or rebrand the product when you see it brings you value. About our value proposition, we are convinced that you will get from us a product we strongly believe is the most robust, cost-effective, and with the most integrations. Robust on the cloud side, and you can add redundancy on the gateway side using the designs we make available for you. No CapEx and very competitive pricing per room or per device, depending on if you were selling to hotels or other venues, where room counts make no sense. You only pay for the modules you need for your client. We will help you fine-tune your offer to get the most efficient price for every case. You'll get lots of integrations with PMS and CRM systems, and a team available to add any that may give you the competitive edge in your market. You'll be benefiting from the scale that Nonius has and the efficiency that comes with that volume and experience that we have. Okay, so to take a look at the architecture, I'm going to hand over to Leo, our CTO, who will walk you through the next piece. See you shortly.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So my name is Leonel Domingues. I'm the Nonius CTO, and it's a pleasure to be presenting to you today. So in terms of architecture, there are two components that you should be aware of. A hosted component, that is the Gialto cloud, and an on-premises gateway, or several gateways if you have several venues to serve. Cloud part is hosted in Amazon and Linode. And today we have clusters of those servers in EMEA, North America, and South America. The on-premises part is the gateway, and you can have even two gateways in hot standby. Talking more about the gateways support today are from MikroTik and Fortinet. And by support, we mean that we can supply you with the tools to connect them to the Nonius cloud. With these gateways, you can serve sites with up to 10 gigabits per second, if the ISP provides such bandwidth. If you become a partner, it is your role to buy these gateways, to resell, to install. That's a job for yourself. We will not provide you with the basic training on Fortinet and MikroTik. You should have that basic knowledge so that you can deploy and serve the gateways. We will provide you, though, with the training in our platform, and that is the only thing that will be selling to you, the platform itself. It's about software. We will sell you the software. Any hardware, it's up to you to include in the offer. You may have noticed that the slogan for Gialto in one of the slides was cloud Wi-Fi and beyond. Beyond in Wi-Fi means that you shall allow for more than Wi-Fi connectivity, which is paramount, but there are other features that the client will ask from you. What we see here is a simplified diagram that shows how, with integration, much more can be achieved than the connectivity, the simple connectivity that you need to have and to give to your the users of your clients. Starting from the center of the diagram, you see the Gialto cloud. That's the core of the platform. And then you see on one side interfacing with the wireless LAN controllers. That's for example, to be able to do event, seminar, conference Wi-Fi. On the other side, you see an integration with the Nonius integration hub. That comes included with the platform, with the Gialto. And that interfaces with the PMS systems for authentication, the usual, for example, the usual login with the room number, last name. CRM systems to feed with the data collected from the captive portal, data that we push to the CRMs. Payment systems to monetize Wi-Fi. SMS gateways for authentication of random visitors. In the bottom of the diagram, you see the access gateway. That's the only thing that sits on site, on premises. And that gateway will connect to the Wi-Fi infrastructure, switching, wireless access points, that kind of stuff. You can also see the traffic from the gateway to the Gialto cluster is tunneled in a VPN. That's an IPsec tunnel that is created automatically when you deploy the access gateway, one of the gateways that we certified. Note that the actual user traffic is not routed through the tunnel. That goes directly to the internet. What you see here is the most typical deployment diagram today. It is the most typical because most of the third-party systems today are cloud-based. But there are exceptions, and the next slide is about how we could accommodate those exceptions. In the case of hotels, and that's still the case, there's a lot of PMS and other systems that are deployed on site. The industry is making a move to cloud, but you still have to cope with this kind of situation. In this case, the integration hub still sits on the cloud and is able to reach the access gateways through, again, a tunnel, VPN tunnel that comes from the integration hub. Also, still common is to have wireless access controls deployed on premises, especially in big hotel sites. In this case, the tunnel actually reused the tunnel that is used for signaling and AAA authentication. That tunnel is reused to access the wireless LAN controller and provide integration with it. This diagram is a combination of both of the two that were shown before, and it shows that we can actually do any kind of combination of on-premise and cloud-based systems. And that just depends on the business case of your client. And even if there is something in this diagram that is cloud-based, that can be moved to on-premises, and we can accommodate all that kind of combinations. So that was about architecture, and I hope it gives you an idea how the system is built, how the components are integrated together. I will, at the end, I'm available for questions about this subject and also about the features that I'm gonna now describe that are part of the platform. And we'll start with the captive portal branding and how it looks like. Platform is quite flexible when it comes to the design of captive portals. It is flexible, but you should also be aware that there's restrictions. Restrictions exist there to guarantee that portals can run with any kind of device and operating systems. 80% of Wi-Fi access, or even more, and it's growing, is done through mobile devices. So we design first, and you must always design first for mobile, and desktop will accept that compromise. The portal supports a vast number of languages, but if something is missing, we'll be able to add, I'm certain. Note also that you and your client will be able to change these portals with the tools that we make available, and of course with the training that you will get if you join the program. Talking about editing the captive portal, for addition of the portals, there is a tool that is always included with the platform, is available. And that's where you or your client can change at any time how it looks like and how authentication works, all that kind of control. So instead of talking about this tool and just showing slides, I have a video at just a couple of minutes, and I'm gonna run this video. So please bear with me. Okay, I hope that gives you an idea of how how powerful the tool can be in terms of um, the addition of captive portals. Now let's talk a bit about something that's shown on the video also. It's the methods of login and the authentication. So depending on the venue that you are serving, you may need very specific authentication methods. With integrations you've shown on the architecture diagrams, you can activate several methods. Typically, the typical room number, last name, very common on hotel venues. A basic button to accept terms and click to go to the internet. A simple field to collect email and the permission to use that data. SMS to send the authentication credentials, can be used on airport, for example. Login with the Facebook or other social networks. Login with the user name, email, and in this case, we can also provide you a way to register the user online. It comes with that kind of form, or a basic username, password, the PIN number. Lots of ways you can request and accept authentication methods. These methods can also be combined in the same login, same splash page. As you probably are aware, most of the market, Nonius and our resellers and partners serve are hotels. So integration with the PMS is quite abundant. There's many PMSs available. There are dozens today, and the reality is that we're adding this year, we're adding on average 2 per month, is a great pace. You can find integrations with PMS from everywhere in the world. And again, this is our platform, we develop it. So if you have some PMS that needs to be added, I'm certain we can accommodate that. We do not charge for developing PMS integrations. So it's also not fair because those can be reused. So you will get that for free. But it's for free, but we need your collaboration. We needed the collaboration of you and the PMS vendor for that integration to be developed. It's true that PMS integration is a great way to simplify onboarding, simplify the login, because room number, last name, everybody knows their last name. But you can do more than that. And an example is the tiered Wi-Fi service. With PMSs, you can offer, for example, 30 megabits for a membership, a loyalty card member, 5 megabits for a normal guest, and visitors will, for example, you can offer 1 megabit. So you can differentiate the users that come to that venue. And what we saw is that most of the PMSs we integrated allow for that kind of use case. Now, let's talk about data and data collection. You will see that many clients, and it's on any market, will ask for these kind of features. Data is considered very important. Data is gold, people say. And we can help you with that. Gialto, the platform we offer, has some mechanisms to do data collection for marketing purposes. The portal can collect a vast amount of data, email addresses, the most usual request that you will get, mobile phone numbers, home address, gender, age, document ID, and there are some things that are collected automatically from the browser. That is, for example, the language of the browser that can be very useful for email campaigns, and also some information about operating systems and device types that some clients will also value. You will also be able to add some custom fields depending on the business case that you have to implement. Note that the platform also collects data to abide to local laws and regulations in countries where such regulations apply. So if security forces, a judge, someone demands for logs of user activity because of some potential criminal activity, we will be able to provide you those logs. The tools exist for that. Data is collected and stored in the platform itself. Can be exported manually, like comma-separated value, and import in other applications, but we can do much better than that. You can be automatically pushed and in real time to CRM tools. That is the case of some that we already integrated, like ShareSpring, and it's a CRM for any kind of business, but also for some dedicated tools for hotels, like that are more vertical, like Revenate, or for example, Biggest, which is a tool that we also have in the group, Nonius group portfolio, that can be made available. And again, like in the cases of PMSs, we will do the integration with these CRMs, and any major CRM will be added without any extra cost for the partner. Talking a bit about marketing, carrying on this subject, the platform itself also provides you with a simple campaign module. It's not a CRM. In the company, we have a CRM. This is just something built for the Capti portal. It's a tool that the marketing person can use, that the person running the venue, or you can help, or you can resell that service. That person can upload media, select the sites where it wants to run the campaign, and configure a schedule to run the campaign. And the campaign basically takes the shape of a video or an image that is splashed when the Capti portal is loaded, just before it shows the login page. It is very simple, but it's what can work in any kind of platform, and especially mobile platforms that are quite restrict on this part of login stage in the Wi-Fi. Note that these campaigns do not rely on personal data. So they're not targeted to a segment, but also they don't suffer from any liability or any problems with GDPR and use of personal data. All the data we store in our platform, or the one that is sent to a third party, is handled with great care. Special care is taken where in countries where privacy regulations apply, and it's getting to be most of the countries in the world. There are many aspects to consider for this kind of regulation, but paramount is that the collection of data can only be done with explicit consent from the user, and it can only be used for the purposes, the explicit purposes the consent was given for. With the platform, you have available the tools to collect that consent and also to delete if a user requests. The tools are there to delete the data of the user. Only data that is collected from and with the actual consent is sent to the CRMs. Other important module, and you'll see there's a product that is modular, is our dashboard. Dashboard that comes with this platform allows you to monitor a lot of aspects of the technical aspects and also aspects of the service delivery, performance statistics, stuff, indicators that will influence the experience and the satisfaction of the Wi-Fi users. All of it is displayed, all data is displayed in real time and very simple to navigate. The platform also includes a module to manage conferences, events, seminars, several names for the same thing. This is known in the industry most commonly by a conference tool. The tool can be used in any conference space of any size, appropriate for just a couple of meeting rooms in an hotel or a massive convention center, any type of venue. You can offer your clients a tool that is simple to manage by their own. The people that are running the events can use it, or you can do that on their behalf and of course charge for that service. There is no need to get into the details on how a wireless LAN controller can do this kind of management. That's why it can be used by the marketing people of the venue. Using the people doing this can use a very simple wizard that we provide that allows to create the conference voucher and print it or email it to the event organizer. The vouchers can be personalized for the event, have company logo, text, that kind of customization. And the wizard goes beyond the customization, is the one that will drive the wireless LAN controller to set the right SSID, the right password, some technical details that will allow the conference to run smoothly. This module is compatible with some wireless LAN controllers, and we are adding more, and we surely prioritize some that you may require. Partners will always have a high priority in the roadmap. Once the conference is configured, your client and you can have access to the dashboard and check the status and how the conference is running, how well it's performing the Wi-Fi for that conference. You can see alarms on possible problems and statistics of consumption of bandwidth, that kind of stuff. And I have a video, it's 2 minutes video that I think it can illustrate. And in this video, we'll see how it looks like for a configuration where there are 2 conferences running and also 2 wireless, 2 ISP links to ones. So please take 2 minutes to watch this video. Okay, I hope that gave you a better insight on what is this dashboard that we provide. Now let's talk a bit about the wireless infrastructure. And a reminder that this about Wi-Fi infrastructure, switching, wireless access points, it is up to you to provide this kind of infrastructure and the services associated with deploying it, serving it, that kind of solution. The platform in general is compatible with any wireless LAN vendor, and it's proven with all the major vendors in the market. There are some wireless access points in the market that do not have controllers, and the controllers are important for many aspects, but one was, for example, the conference tool that I mentioned before. In this case, these wireless access points work in what we call standalone mode, and we also have some support to take care of this kind of equipment. And this is basically the wireless access points that ship with a operating system called OpenWRT. For standard, for this kind of standalone access points, we have a management module. I will not call it a controller because it's not as strong as in features, so powerful as a wireless LAN controller from wireless manufacturers. But with this, you can do the most important things like setting up some Wi-Fi profiles, and with that, setting up the VLAN it's connected to, the SSID, the band, the encryption, password, that kind of functionality from the same platform. So no external controller, it's in the platform itself, its capacity to manage this kind of access points. For this kind of access points, we provide you as well a network scanning tool. This is to do remote scanning of the neighboring wireless access points. The scanning is done by the wireless access point itself, but it's a great way to be able to allow you to tune coverage and also avoid or mitigate the noise that can be generated by the access points. Finally, and before passing this to Tony, there are still cases where Wi-Fi is monetized. There's still a lot, actually, not in hotels, but in other markets. And I can tell you this is in hotels, the case is more like when you're doing tiered Wi-Fi and you come up with some premium plans where people pay to have 100 megabits and not 1 megabit. That's the case. With the platform, you can enable payments for Wi-Fi and decide together with the venue what can be the payment plan. The platform comes with PayPal integration, but there's many brokers and many providers of credit card and payments, so again, if you have a provider that you need to integrate with, we will gladly do that for you, but it depends a lot on the region you're located on. And I'm gonna pass the presentation to my colleague, and I'll be available at the end to answer your questions along with Tony.
Thanks, Leo. Look, I think the solution looks really comprehensive. There's been some great questions popping up in the Q&A that we will answer at the end, okay? But look, for now, most obvious question to those of you who aren't already a partner, how do you become a platform partner? So in the first instance, if you discuss regional opportunities to partner with us, just using the info@noniussoftware.com email, you would generally sign an NDA once we've worked out what opportunities to partner there are in specific verticals and regions. You would sign a partner agreement, agreeing some basic things about the partnership. You would invest in a partner demo kit, okay? You'd agree the partner training schedule with us, so we train you to become fully skilled to install and specify the solution. You'd receive the training. You then start specifying and selling the solutions. And then, of course, you will enjoy the benefits of the partner program in full, okay? So how do we price Gialto? Well, rather than showing you a load of pricing here that gets confusing, rather than making you pay for the features that you don't or won't use, we've split the product into feature groups. So from around €800, and then a modest per room per month fee, or per AP fee, or per property fee per month, okay? You can deploy a captive portal, a portal page composer, and a comprehensive dashboard. If you wish to add modules such as SMS authentication, PMS integration, or WAP controller integration, there are also additional fees for that, but you don't have to pay for them if you're not using them. This allows you to be the most competitive when quoting your opportunities. We've got many certified Gialto partners across the world, with the partners operating in many different verticals, not just hospitality. As you can see, we've got some specialized partners here working in transport, education, enterprise, small, medium business, sports arenas, retail, and of course, hospitality. All of our certified partners get access to our partner portal to gain access to solution knowledge, resources, and tools. This area is only for partners, meaning you become the specialists on the solution and add a layer of value beyond the software we give you to your customers. End users do not have access to this area, so I think some of that information is kept back from them, and you are the knowledge and the power of authority. Certified partners can be assured of the highest quality support. Nonius is not here, gone tomorrow, and has extremely high customer retention rates. So it's important we give you adequate support to support your customers and our mutual customers. The slide shows some of the methods of support we offer you, be it email, web telephone, with quick and efficient response, or with access to solutions specialist consultancy. Throughout your partnership, we offer continual training and development. Right, so during the session, there were a few questions popping up. We'll now answer those live for you. If you don't see a reply to your question, we aren't ignoring you, and we'll come back to you after the webinar. So, for the first question, let me just find them. Okay, so someone did ask, and we answered privately already, but maybe it's of use to everyone. How and when will the recording and the slide be made available? Okay, so the answer is you get the slides and the recording via email on Friday. The recording will also be available on the partner's website and on our YouTube channel. Okay, so let's just find some more questions. Okay, so another question here. Great question, really. Why should I use Nonius for this? There are a load of other solutions available. Okay, yeah, there are a whole range of solutions available from other solution manufacturers and the Wi-Fi vendors themselves. Okay, my answer is really the amount of integrations that we've done for our platform, the molding to make it specific for hospitality, but for other verticals. You know, if we talk about hospitality, where we've done a lot of work with PMS vendors, so property management, if we apply the same product to healthcare, where there are a lot of bed management systems, technology is very similar, and it is directly applicable to healthcare, and we've got experience in that. Okay. Question for you, Leo, here. It says, the portal composer you showed, it's great for WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. But can I still upload my own HTML design?
There is a way, and not the full. Well, we give you some package with some HTML, and you can change that HTML and JavaScript and CSS, and still be able to do that as long as you follow some rules and include some macros. Yeah, it can be done like that if you have the skills to do it. Most of the clients we do have those skills. Yes, that's the response.
Sounds great, because look, I guess a number of our partners or potential partners have got a traditional way of working that suits them, but the portal composer is great for the end user, isn't it? So yeah, great. Okay, so look, one for me. How long does it take to become a platform partner? Okay, well, this really does vary depending on the time taken to sign the NDA and sign the agreement and agree some things, but typically it only takes a couple of weeks to get established and become a platform partner. Okay. Look, another question here, I can take that. It says, I saw a lot of hotel related features. How much is your market outside of hotels? Okay, well, look, I guess in the last 15 or 16 years that we've been trading, yes, we've predominantly been working with hotels, but more and more we work with cruise or hospitality. I think during COVID, a lot of the hotels have diversified into other uses for their space. So, you know, co-working areas, and we've been helping some of those main chains and brands adopt the co-working. So look, we really are growing every day on that, and we're able to help. Okay. I've got one more question, I think, here, Leo. Maybe it's the last question. It says, can I do campaigns inside of the platform? Is that something you can answer?
I'll try. I shown some way to do campaigns, but it's campaigns on the Captive portal. To do campaigns, I guess who's asking is talking about email campaigns, that kind of stuff. That's what a CRM or kind of CRM module would be able to do. We take a different approach to that. We have a tool, a product from the company that is able to do that and integrates with this platform. The product is called the Biggest, but we integrate with many partners that do campaigns using different channels, SMS, email, website, using cookies, all that kind of, using Google, all of that. And for our approach is that those tools you can use whatever tool you want. We are not expanding this Wi-Fi management to do that. It's a separate tool, either from us or from a third party that you should use.
Great, thank you. Okay, so look, there is one final question popped up here, and it says, I'll take it. It says, do partners receive marketing tools from Nonius, such as presentations or mail templates? And look, my answer to you is quite straightforward there. Yes, for sure, we provide you with standard sales presentations that are immediately branded Nonius. They can be co-branded with our support. So if you provide us with your logos, we can co-brand and make them relevant to you. And then mail templates, yeah, I guess absolutely we can help. And it's just with engagement to your partner account manager. So, some of you will speak directly with Andre, some of you will speak directly with other people locally. I guess if you have a need for a specific presentation or a mail template, please just ask for help, and we'll be happy to support, because we want to help you grow to help us grow. Okay.